Welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to talk to you about an article that was released recently on PC Gamer, and this one is about the Battlefield 3 lead designer speaking on 2042, and he is not impressed. Before we get into this one, if you're not currently subbed to the channel, make sure you do sub, turn notifications on. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. All support is greatly appreciated. And if you want to support me further as a creator, then check out the links in the description. And let's get into it. So the lead designer also said where he wants the series to go next, or where it should go next. By EA's own declaration, Battlefield 2042 did not meet expectations. But between that, our mostly positive review, the one that's a load of bullshit, and stuff like 155,000 players, it's over 180,000 now, signing a petition for a mass-scale refund, things can get blurry between the game's actual design issues and players driving themselves into an entitlement frenzy. It's not an entitlement frenzy. Sit there and play the game, and then actually come back and talk about it. Because PC Gamer gave Battlefield 2042 an 8 out of 10, or they gave it an 80 out of 100. And according to their review policy, when they give a game between an 80 to an 89% rating, that is a great game with exceptional moments or features, touches of brilliance. We love it. Examples are Battlefield 1, Thumper, and Stardew Valley. You cannot put Battlefield 2042 in the same category as games like that. You just can't do it. And the moment you try to, you lose all of your credibility. Everything is gone. You cannot be trusted anymore when you put a game like 2042 into the same category as those games. 2042 has been a major disaster for the franchise. Not only is it mostly live service, they launched the game with a very small amount of weapons and maps. There have been a lot of issues. Season 1 isn't coming out until like 8 or 9 months after the release of the game. They released it without VoIP, without a scoreboard. They were all classed as legacy features. The list goes on. I'm pretty sure most of us know exactly how bad the game is by now. Another one just to add on top of it, performance issues. Really, really bad. But carrying on with the article, it's times like these that we need a voice of reason, and there are few people who understand the series quite like Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2 lead designer David Goldfarb. David took to Twitter to ask some serious questions about the game's development process. It's quoted, really trying to understand why some of these design calls were made. Goldfarb wrote, "Why are there no smaller infantry maps? Why was 128 player count a thing that didn't seemingly have any accommodation for infantry? Why are whole maps shipping without any detail art? Was no one in control of quality over there? Who thought this experience honoured the BF sandbox experience and took it forward?" He concluded by saying, "I'm astonished that there were this many missteps, even knowing the obstacles from higher up." And that's a pretty damning statement from one of the key people behind two of the most beloved Battlefield entries, though he did concede that he was happy to see Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 revived in their own way through the Portal mode, widely seen as the game's redeeming feature. I've seen a lot of people talking about Portal. In my opinion, it's one of the best things in the game, but it doesn't redeem the game, and I don't understand why people still think that, because if you look at Portal, as I said, some of the best stuff in Battlefield 2042, but there are more people, and a lot more people, playing all-out warfare than what there is playing the Portal modes, especially the featured ones. So yeah, it might redeem the game in terms of actual gameplay and what there is to do on the game, but where the players are is not Portal, it's all-out warfare. So it's a very dodgy situation. But it carries on to say, clearly Goldfarb, who also directed Payday 2, still cares for the series and shared some thoughts on how he believes it can move forward. So it's quoted again, "The best thing for DICE's next would be to make Battlefield 2143 and go forward in time and reclaim their mantle of combined arms badassery that they built their legacy on alongside a really unique IP they created. Ultimately, they need to be able to develop a new IP to survive." And then it says here, just to wrap it up, so Goldfarb wants the series to go back to the future, the farther future that is. I, for one, am still happily stuck in the part historical, part diesel punk past of Battlefield 1. DICE's gloriously amped up take on World War I. Come to think of it, here's my 5-second pitch that no one gives a shit about. We're moving on, I'm not even reading that bottom part. So, the lead designer of previous Battlefield titles, or at least Battlefield 3, has spoken out about 2042 and even said how bad the game is. Yet you see all these reviews from PC Gamer, from all the other companies that go, we've been given the game for free, let's give it an 8 out of 10, let's give it a 9.5 out of 10. If you look on the official website itself, where they showcase these reviews, they've got 4.5 out of 5s, they've got 9 out of 10s. They've taken tiny little quotes from some of the reviews saying it's the best series, it's the best installment in the franchise, all that sort of bollocks. And everyone knows it's not. The whole thing, from the trailers to the reviews, was all hyped up shit. I still play the game. I do enjoy playing the game. But the way it was designed, the problems in the game, and the fact that everything is so far behind is really bad. So it's another situation, because a lot of people come to the channel and they say, why do you never play games you like? You always hate these games you play. I don't hate the games. I hate the development and all the teams behind them, because I know these games can be better. They deserve better. The players deserve better. I wouldn't sit there and play a game that I don't enjoy. I don't sit there and play Call of Duty all the time because I don't enjoy it. I absolutely love Battlefield. I have done since Bad Company 2. I didn't play anywhere near as much Bad Company 2 as I did BF3, 4, and I mean BF1 and 5 wasn't really my cup of tea. I did enjoy them, but nowhere near as much as I did 3 and 4. And now 2042 come out, it had the promise of, like, you've gone back to Modern War. It's going to be similar to Battlefield 4. You're going to have all the rendezvous that they showed. You're going to be able to yeet a fucking quad bike off a skyscraper top, like rooftop or whatever, into a helicopter. And yeah, you might see those only in Battlefield moments, but there aren't too many of them, and the player base is dropping off every single day. I know it's not peak time when I'm recording this right now. It's like 8:30 in the morning for me. But there's less than 2,000 people playing right now. Almost every single day, there are more people on Battlefield 5, 1, and sometimes even Battlefield 4 than what there is 2042. 2042 has been that much of a failure, it's driven people back to previous titles. Most of the content creators for this game have dipped. EA themselves said it was a massive disappointment. And I honestly don't think any future Battlefield title is going to make up for the mess that 2042's been. It's in a little bit of a better state than what it was at launch, but that doesn't make a difference. It still has the history of the launch. There's going to be so many people that are put off for life. They're pretty much scarred for life with the release of 2042. They'll never purchase from EA or DICE again. And you look at the reviews on Steam and all that sort of stuff. It's got 96,000 reviews with 29% positive. In the last 30 days, there's been over 9,000 reviews and it's 15% positive. And that's not people review bombing. That's the game for what it is. It's an absolute disaster. And for a lead designer of previous Battlefield titles, speaking out and saying that he's astonished that how there were so many missteps, it says a lot. And you get all those people that say, yeah, but in 6 months' time and a year's time, it's going to be so much better. So why should players spend all that money if the game's going to take so long to fix? So why are people still to this day accepting that they're going to spend $120 on a game and have to wait a year to play it properly? I can't see anything coming to this game, Season 1, Scoreboard, VoIP, I can't see any of that bringing players back. I said it before the game come out, it's already doomed. There were development issues being spoken about before the game released. But as always, when there's new articles and stuff to read, when there's news on the game basically, anyone speaking out about it, petitions, anything like that, I would always be there to drop a video, even if it's a variation of what we've heard before, it's still something that's technically new. So I'll always be there to report on it for as long as I'm interested in the game. I'm still having fun on the game right now. Some of the modes they added into the featured section of Portal were really fun. And since they fixed Breakthrough for the 128 player mode, I'm enjoying that one too. But what we're going to do is leave that video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments and I'll see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.